so they can see your face.
That can still come in. Yep, that's good.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Timothy Hill, and I am the producer of the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show. Joining me today, I have my co-producer, Trina. Shout out to our other co-producer, Black Legacy. And today we have one of our panelists, Edison Konan. Edison, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling great.
Man, glad to have you here, man. So before we get started, can you let viewers know about who you are, what you do, and where they can find you?
My name is Edison, and I'm aspiring to create something that can be there for other people in the times of a crisis. And the end goal for it is to end world suicide. And today, what I'm doing today is working on myself. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
For this journey, because I feel like this is something that's new to me, and it's just a passion of mine, and I want to. It's something I'm willing to die for. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Where can viewers find you and reach out to you on social media?
On social media, it's Trapping Styles. That's TRAPPING STYLES, Trapping Styles. That's where you can find it. And then on Twitter, same thing, Trapping Styles. And that's it. That's where you guys can find it.
Okay. All right. Well, from talking to you, in the past, we found out a little bit about your line, Emotional Comfort Wear. Could you tell viewers about that? What kind of inspired you to do it? And then also, I noticed you got a product on right now. Could you just tell us a little bit more about your products and what you offer?
Yes. So what inspired it from the first thing I can remember is my sister. And what inspired why I brought up my sister is because during the time that I'm the oldest of 4 siblings. So from the time that I was I would say maybe me and myself was around like 15, 16, and she was 10 years old. She used to self-harm. And at that time, I didn't know what self-harm was. And no one in our family knew what self-harm, no one in our family knew that was a thing. Because I'm from Africa. And in Africa, where I'm from precisely is Ivory Coast. In Ivory Coast, that's not something that, at that age, I've experienced the people around me. I don't think that's something that even my dad could say he's experienced, because everyone is so used to bottling up their emotions that when coming to America, when that moment happened with my sister, it was really hard to comprehend, like even to put an emotion on it, a feeling on it. It was just like, what's going on? Like that was the emotion I labeled it with, like what's going on? Like I feel like my parents were also in that same headspace. It's like they knew something was wrong, but we don't know like what's really involved. We didn't factor in her feelings. We didn't factor in her headspace. It's just like, why is she doing this? Like we got defensive during what she was going there. We didn't know how to really react to it. It's just like, how did this happen? It's like, it almost felt like she woke up one day and this started like at 10 years old. So it wasn't like, so 9, 8, either she was bottling it up or we just didn't know that was happening. Yeah, that's that. And then the moment now that I feel like that really inspired it, it's meeting other people that are going through it, and me also like experiencing my emotions more and seeing what I go through. That's what's keeping it going. Like, oh man, like I have feelings. Like I'm not the best at stating how I feel, but I could do it through my clothes because I feel comfortable doing it that way. So that's what inspired the clothing as well.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Could you kind of share with us about a couple of the products that you have? Like I said, I know you got one on right now. That's the onesie.
Yeah, we have the onesie. But before I even talk about the onesie, this is basically everything that I described or explained in a product. So the tears are the tears of sadness. Like it was a sad moment. The cuts on the arm, the self-harm cuts, it's basically, if I look at my sister's arm, I will see these things. So this is what, from an artist perspective, the moment I captured a painful moment. Like this is a moment that I seen in my household and I captured it. Like the tatted ears, like the words on the back. It says, "Nobody loves me, sad, lonely, everyone hates me, empty, I'm not good enough, none, and it all scared." Like these are all the things that not only even my sister feels, like other people that I've been able to talk to and hear them out from their expressions to their events, they feel the same way. So I've even felt like I'm not good enough at time or numb, like where it's like I don't even know what to feel. Like I don't feel anything. So like this is even relatable to me, like past my sister. Like the whole bear is something I feel like everyone has experienced at least one time, even to a split second. But I feel like this is something everyone can relate. Sadness when you lose a loved one, it's a sad moment. Like it can be happy as well, depending how you look at it. But let's be real, no one wants to lose anyone. Like no one wants to. If people can keep things certain times, I feel like a lot of people keep it. Like no one wants to lose anything. That's why a heartbreak hurts. Like you don't want to lose no one. Like theoretically, you don't want to lose nobody. So.
All right, so just to follow up before we dive into the next question, can you share a little just about your sister? Like how is she coping now? And when you created emotional comfort wear, were you able to present this to her, like to show it to her so that she could have some soothing or calming effects from it? And, how did she receive it? And how did your family receive it when you showed them your products?
So I feel like right now my sister as well, she's devoting most of her time in the church. Like if I want to talk to my sister right now, like that's how I can communicate. She doesn't really talk about anything else, like all straight God, church, God and church. Like that's where her mindset is at. She's not really like the sister that I see now is like a 360. And I'm pretty sure she still deal with her things, but it's more like she has more hope, like putting her faith fully in God. Like she has more hope, a hopeful perspective for life at this moment. When the first thing I made was it was different. It was a different bear. It was more happy. It just said, I'll be here, I'll be your friend. Just like it was just like it was a straight, it was fully like welcome without too much like resistance. So it's like it was positive. So no one felt like, oh, it's cute, it's a cute bear, it's cute. That's what my family saw first. It's like, oh wow, it's cute, it's cute. But like, they also looked at it from like a different perspective. Like that's not our real focus. Like that's cool, you're doing your own thing. That's cool. You have our support. Like, but it's like it's not like our main concern. Like the main concern is something. So, like so I have a way of not communicating with people. So like they don't always know what I'm doing as well. So it's just like, okay, when he let us know what he's doing, then we'll know. If he doesn't, then like, they don't know. So I would say they know about this. They know about it. I feel like my parents, they'll look at it from a neutral standpoint. I feel like my dad rather see something positive, knowing like who he is. Like it's like he'd rather see this be more happier than that if I had to assume how he feels. And like
this is how they feel right now. This is how they feel now.
Yeah, this is how they feel today, like right now. And my mom, I feel like she understands. Like she's like when I speak to my mom, like she sees the whole thing. Like she sees the vision. She's like, okay, I get it. Like you need to go to school, become a therapist, like do this for real. Like do it for real. Like that's her mindset. Like she sees the vision, she just fully supports it. Just take that step for yourself and do it like for real. Like that's what she's saying to me. And then
okay, no, I was saying I could fully understand that, and we hope that parents or family see and understand what we're going through, because everyone goes through this. The signs are there, so we just need that little help, that little push, that little hearing, that little shoulder to try and help us come across what we're going through. But that also leads me into the next question that I wanted to ask you in relation to your posts on Twitter. And when you posted the bear, there were a lot of, positive and negative remarks in relation to the bear. And we know not everyone's going to understand, your concept. So in terms of how you feel and your emotions, how are you able to deal with the trolling that you got on Twitter?
I feel like for me, the trolling, I looked at it as from a standpoint, these are reviews. Like these are people feel, and they're letting me know how. Because I asked them, the question was, how does this beer make you feel? So they let me know. They're giving me other perspective of how people are viewing this. Like so, at the end of the day, I might think, okay, I know this is supposed to be this for this, but they're only seeing the picture, so they're seeing exactly what I asked them. Like, how does it make me feel? So they're at least being honest with me. Like I'm glad that I can create an honest communication. Like, hey, I honestly like, because to me they're not saying too much negative things. They're more saying like they don't like it. It triggers them. They don't personally. They don't support it, and that's fine. Like at least they're being honest. And some people are even giving feedback. Hey, I think the bear is cute, but I would like if like maybe the words on the back were more positive. And I get it. Like I feel like different bears, they're gonna see like the full message. Like the stars are gonna have a band-aid. Like it's gonna be healing.
Right.
It's like a journey. They only seen like part of the story that I'm sharing with them. And that can also, that's just how I feel. Like it's just a review. It keeps me mindful for next time. Like something I could take into account.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you want to switch gears a little bit, especially with you being a fashion designer and all. So when it comes to your fashion, do you feel like you typically dress based on how you feel, or are you more so trendy and kind of follow like, you know, the fashion trends that's going on?
Honestly, I feel like I just how I feel because I don't even know the fashion trend. Like in my mind, I sometimes feel isolated. Like I don't know what's happening in the world. Unless the only thing I know that's happening is what's happening around me in my friend's life, or like what I'm paying attention to. And that's like the what I'm creating. So like I don't know what's happening in the fashion world. I don't know. Like I feel like I want to experiment more with what I wear. Like I want to wear even more things that come in my head. Like I dress like how I feel and what I create in my head.
Okay.
That's what it is.
I feel you on that one. All right. So I have a relationship question to ask you. So we know on the Heart to Heart Relationship Talk Show, you know, our viewers or our audience, as we like to call them, they send in the questions to us. And, you know, we filter through some of them because we can't ask everything at one time. But we'll come across questions, you know, from our viewers. And then you, the panelists, you will answer it from your perspective. So a question, you know, that came in. What are some of the signs of a selfish lover? From your point of view, a selfish lover, what are some signs? And you can give us like your top 3.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like it all depends on the relationship dynamics. So like, because everyone has a different way of expressing their love, and I feel like when you communicate, you know. And I feel that at that point, a selfish lover would be someone that committed to it, knows, and still decides to not meet the other person's needs as well. Like I feel like that's the stuff. Like if there's no agreement, there's no communication, I don't feel like there's no selfishness in it. Because I feel like if you know your wants, you're gonna express it, and if you feel comfortable in the situation, you're almost saying that this is bearable. Like I could tolerate this. But if it's selfish, I feel like it's almost like at work. If you show up late, they'll talk to you, and they let you know warning. If you keep doing it, then you're abusing the law. Then they let you go. So like I feel like the first one is always like, okay, you may not have known, but like if you express it, y'all talk, then you do it again, then it's like you don't even care. Like you don't care.
I guess. All right.
I like that answer.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's a good answer. All right, Edison. We definitely look forward to having you December 14th. The tickets to this show is free, so everybody looking at this, go out, go on Eventbrite, get you a ticket. We only have 100 tickets available, so once they're gone, they're gone. But December 14th, we're going to have you. We want to shout out our sponsors. So shout out to Starbermeyer Records. Shout out to Detroit Rap. Shout out to Cola Lounge. And also shout out to Chicago Black Business Network.
And Podcastic.
Gotta have.
And of course, Farside TV.
Can't forget Farside TV.
No, we can't.
But we thank you for taking the time out to speak with us today, tonight. Definitely look forward to seeing you Wednesday, December 14th.
Yep, I'm there.
And have a blessed night, Edison.
Have a blessed night.
All right.